When you're handling your dog around an agility course, you not only need to tell them which obstacle to go next, but you also need to tell them how to perform that obstacle. So if they're on the dog walk, do you need a stop or do you need a running dog walk? You need to tell your dog before they get on how they're going to perform it. When I send my dog over a jump, do I want them to jump in collection or do I want them to jump in extension? So my dog needs to know how to perform that jump. And it takes about 1.5 strides for them to change their mind. So before my dog takes off over the jump is when I need to tell her what I need her to do. So I'll tell you when to tell your dog to jump in extension and to keep on going, or when to tell your dog to jump in collection and turn back. When I want my dog to jump in extension and to keep on going, I'm just going to tell her as we're approaching the jump, but from a distance, to go on, and I'm going to have forward momentum. I'm going to be running as fast as I need to run to manage her to the next obstacle. So between my momentum and my verbal cue, she's going to know to keep on going. Go. Good girl. So as you saw, I need a dash to keep on going. And so I continued my forward momentum, and that momentum is what told her to keep on going. I could also give her a verbal cue. Well, since we were just going straight, and all it was jumps in front of us, it doesn't matter whether I tell her or not. My momentum should tell her, just run with me and take the obstacle in front of you. But if I needed to send her on, I just say go, and that means whatever's in front of you, pick up the speed and take off and leave me behind. So after jumping in extension where the dog has speed and just keeps on going, the dog needs to know before the jump if you need to turn it and it has to jump in collection, because before it takes the jump, it has to shorten its stride. So at least 1.5 strides before the jump is when I tell my dog that I need a collection out of her. And depending on the speed of the dog will determine how close to that jump they are. Dash is fairly fast. And so I'm going to tell her as she's approaching the jump that she needs to focus on me and come back. Go. Dash, 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 dash. Nice. Good. So you saw before she approached the jump, she was not even halfway to the next jump. I gave her the cue to collect and to turn. Her collection cue means go to the next jump, but turn and come back. So early on in the training, you may accidentally call your dog off the jump, but it doesn't take long for them to figure out that they don't turn back until after the jump. You saw she was already landing sideways. She turned in the air. She had a short step. And then she turned in the air and she landed close to sideways. That's what I need. And I need to cue before the jump if she's going to be in extension or in collection. Okay, now watch what happens if I don't call my dog until after she completes the jump, which is what a lot of people do. They wait until the dog lands and then they call them back. So the turn isn't going to be as tight. If there was an obstacle in front of her, she might not have had time to change direction. She might have taken an off course. So you need to tell them how to perform the obstacle before they perform the obstacle. But this is what will happen if I don't cue her until after she lands. Ready? Let's go. 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 Dash, come here, come here, come here. So she landed all the way up here. She landed at extension. And now I'm going to call her before she takes off, and you'll see how she'll land in collection. So we're right here. Yes, 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 yes. Yeah, girl. Good girl. So she was already turning and heading back to me before she even took off over the jump. So if there was an obstacle in front of her, she probably would have taken it if this was a trial and I called her too late. But since I called her before she took the obstacle, she was already leaning into that turn.